We'll call our meeting to order. Today is Monday, July 8th, 2024. The time is 7 o'clock p.m. The meeting of the City of Greensburg Redevelopment Commission is called to order. At this time, please silence all of your electronic devices. And if everyone will stand, we'll begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Judy, would you conduct roll call, please?
Dr. David Wakefield.
Present.
Darren Burkhart.
Here.
Ken Dorning.
Present.
Mark Clustercamper.
Here.
Darrell Poling.
Here.
Mark Bauer.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is our approval of our minutes from our Thursday, June 6th regular meeting. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to review the minutes. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, if there are not any corrections to the minutes, they stand approved as presented. First item under old business, Mr. Zach Wierig, our Director of Public Projects, has a couple items to give information on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In regards to the apartment project complex, we had a meeting with Ironman on June 18th. Just kind of an initial meeting once we accepted their proposal to go over some of the finer points of the building. Talked about going to a 3 to 4 story apartment building and kind of discussed finishes of the building, different technical aspects, spent some time on the parking options around the site, and plans forward will be to draft an agreement with them. I don't know if we've made it anywhere on that yet, Chris?
No, so we have started the kind of initial communication with relation to the, as it relates to the EDA, Economic Development Agreement. So we're basically using a kind of some framework and foundation that what's the name of the group I'm dying? Veritas. That Veritas has used in the past, and then we're going to add some specific things that I want to see and that the Ironman folks want to see. So I think that process has, I would say, is in its initial phases, but we should be able to move relatively quickly once we get that first hurdle.
They're working with their architect. They've reached out on a couple items to get some renderings of different options for us. So. And that did get signed by the county for the transfer. Just need to get it recorded, and that'll be in your all's name here soon.
Yeah, and what I can, so to update on that particular point, I met with the county attorney at the last commissioners meeting. They had their signature on the deed, and then we've obtained your signature on the easement, so those two documents are done. They have negotiated the check. That is, as far as I'm aware, cleared and had no issues. And yeah, we will now take it over and get it recorded, and then that will conclude that transfer process. And the commissioners are excited to see what we put in there.
Good. Thank you. And the next item, any other questions about that? How about the property mark program? Were you going to comment on that at all?
So we did receive our check from the buyer from the previous meeting's sale. So that is done. It is in their name now. Talked to Brett a little bit. He's been working on some different contacts here and there for other properties. He's had some phone calls, but nothing's really panned out yet on any other properties. I'm going to set up a meeting with some firm out of Indianapolis that's going to come down and look at the properties also. So I've been working people, and Brett's working his contacts, and between the two of us, we're trying to find buyers for the rest of it.
Great, thank you. Moving on to new business then. Anything to talk about with Liberty Lakes?
Obviously y'all can see there is major dirt work moving out there. Started putting storm sewer in, started putting the sewer in, tied it in last week before. Got the water line tapped to get that out from our water line. Still a goal is to build houses come September, so. And we are working on putting a groundbreaking ceremony together. So once we kind of get that all ironed out, we'll keep you all in the loop of date and time for that.
Great. Anybody have any questions or comments regarding Liberty Lakes?
I know they got 2 builders lined up for sure. Sarah reached out to another building company that's maybe interested in a few lots, so. Sounds like once they start becoming available,
Is Beacon one of them?
Beacon is one of them, yes, yes. Everything will move quick, I think.
Moving in the right direction.
Great. Just what we want, just what we need.
Have they got a time when the infrastructure is gonna be done enough where they're starting to build houses?
They're kind of doing it in phases almost. So that their goal is the first 20 lots or so are going to be ready by September.
Off of Veterans Way?
Off Veterans Way, yeah. I don't know if that includes the first 2 right there before the stream crossing or not, but
That all worked out?
that's all worked out, everything checked out with Burke did our consultation for it, so that has been approved, items approved their part.
Great. Any other comments or questions? Thank you, sir.
That's all I got for you. Thank you.
Only other item on our agenda is approval of claims. We have a lot of our usual ones, but a few additional. Here's a claim from Reedy for $2,916.97. Another one from Reedy for $3,058.87. One from Veritas Group, $1,612.50. Stephen Legal Group, $465. From Judy Bird Secretarial, $60. And the water and wastewater bills are $6.10. And then we received an invoice, we approved this last month, $25,000 for Main Street, Greensburg. And then we have $400,000 for Liberty Developments. And then our semi-annual loan payment on the bond of $263,870.37. And then on the HOTIF loan of $60,736.52. So it all adds up to $757,726.33. We have plenty more than that in our available funds, so I'd entertain a motion to pay our bills.
So moved.
Thank you, Ken. Is there a second?
Okay.
Thanks, Darren. Motion made and seconded. Any questions about the bills? Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. That takes us to the end of our agenda. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Thursday, August 4th at 7:00 p.m. right here. What did I say? August 1st, excuse me, whatever I said. Thursday, August 1st, 2024. So 7:00 right here. Any questions? Thank you all for coming. Our meeting is adjourned.